morning, everybody, and ignore my printer, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Randa, and today we're starting another week of Randa's Crafty Vlog. It's Wednesday, though, so I have yet to... I've gotten this far in the week, and I've yet to start anything yet. So, welcome. It's Wednesday, and the reason I didn't film on Monday or Tuesday is because after working myself up a wall last week, I got sick. I'm still sick, so if I cough during this, you know why. But that's why I didn't film on Monday or Tuesday, because I couldn't go 2 seconds without like coughing up a lung. So I was not going to be able to talk. Today, I am shipping, which is why you see me being a busy little bee. All of my receipts are printing off at my printer to the right, and I am folding putty instructions. So for anybody who requests instructions with their putty, this is what you get. I'm folding them into little pieces so I can stick them in the orders. So I'm doing this while I wait for the receipts to print out. And then I'm gonna start packing. No, we're good. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more, because the last time you heard from me was crazy. Last time you heard from me was 2 Fridays ago. So not last week, but the week before. I'm trying to make sure my printer doesn't run out of paper. And it was the day after my employee quit. And that has been a whirlwind. So, and then I worked myself to the bone and got sick. So I didn't film at all last week. I told you guys I wasn't going to, because I was spending the entire week catching up. It was quite the thing. Like I said in my last video, I was not expecting my employee to quit. I do fully believe that it was for the best. I think business goes smoother and better when I'm doing it by myself. And it's crazy. So I'm trying to because I don't want to go too far into detail and everything, but it was crazy. We did not really end, me and my employee, on the best of terms, which sucks. But I fully believe, and have talked to a lot of other people and made sure that I did everything that I could. It was just a mess, and it sucks because she's my cousin, and she's still mad at me, but I think that at least in my head, I can make a clear line of our working relationship versus our family relationship, because she's my cousin. And so I can, as much as I am angry as well, I can put that aside because she's my family. And I hope that she can do that someday too, because I would hate for this to ruin the family. But so when my employee left, she was about 2 weeks behind. I knew she was behind. I didn't know how much. And so when I got everything in my hands and I was able to look it over and go, oh fuck, she was really, really behind. And there were some things that she told me went out in the mail that didn't go out in the mail, that needed to be sorted, and 2 weeks worth of putty, 2 weeks worth of wax, 2 weeks worth of shipping that needed caught up on. So, and I wanted to be in a time frame with my business where I was actually doing things a week ahead. When I was doing it by myself before I hired her, everything was made, all putty, all wax, all everything was made Monday morning, and then it released Monday night. And then at the very beginning of my business, I was selling out of everything within a couple of hours. because I couldn't make a lot. And so I would just pack everything and ship it out the next day. So I made putty Monday morning, listed it Monday night, shipped everything out Tuesday. That was how my business worked. And then when I handed it off to her and we started increasing, she started to get behind and started making putty at the end of the week after it had already been posted on Etsy, and that's how she ended up getting behind. And so I wanted to get back to the model of being a week ahead instead of a week behind. So last week, I made 2 weeks worth of putty, 2 weeks worth of wax, shipped everything out, made sure everybody's replacement things were shipped out, make sure everybody was good and happy. And then tried to get things back on track. I sent out messages to anybody who had ever had problems with her shipping times and apologized. And I did everything I could to get my business back on track. It was a lot. You saw the state of my office last time. It still kind of looks like that, but not as bad. I'll show you in a minute. But it took me the entire week and my mom's help. She came and helped me make putty one day. It took all of that to get caught up. And I just barely, in the nick of time, got caught up because I was catching up on all of the things she was behind on last week while I was doing the current week's stuff. So it was a lot. And I just, by the hair on my chinny chin, got caught up on Friday night. And then because I worked all through the weekend last weekend, I turned my brain off this past weekend, and that's when I got sick. So, but I think I told you guys in the last clip that actually, I had found somebody else who was able to do the putty for me because I frankly can't run this entire business by myself as much as I would. It's just too much stuff to do. And so I needed somebody to do the putty for me. But I was like, I'll do wax, I'll do shipping. I'm not handing everything off again. I just can't. I need a little bit of help. And I found somebody else who was willing to do it. And so far they are doing amazing. I went and trained her on Thursday last week. And then she made putty and gave it to me yesterday for restock that went live on Monday. So that's what's getting shipped out today, which is very fun. And it feels good to have somebody doing the putty, and she's doing amazing, and she's very happy with the little arrangement we have set up. And it makes me happier because with my old employee, I had to have a lot of trust in her, and it didn't pan out well for me. And for this, it's really easy for me to keep track of what she's doing. That if I show up on Tuesday and she doesn't hand me X number of units of putty, then I know she fucked up. That it's really easy for me to be able to tell, whereas it wasn't beforehand. Easy for, I had no idea that how behind my old employee was until all this stuff got handed to me. Because there was no way for me to tell. She doesn't work under my roof, and so it was really hard to keep track of all of it. And I'm just glad that I was able to take it back under my control, because it was killing my business. Sales were down, everything was down, we were struggling. I've had multiple weeks of barely being able to scrape by to even pay myself. And it's already getting better, so it feels good to have that back in my hands again. But on Saturday or Sunday or something, I got sick, and I took it's out of paper. Hold on, come with me because the printer's out of paper. I'm just gonna set you right there for a second. It's like we're on FaceTime, huh? I'm just gonna set you down for a second. Well, I put more freaking... This is the third time today I've had to refill. This is how much crap I print. There we go. I guess while I'm at it, while you're up here, I'll show you the state of my office now. So there is the new desk. My mom came on Thursday, I believe, and helped me paint it pink. So we've got cover minders, we've got wax, we've got putty, we got more wax, we got washi tape, all aligned the desk. This is like shipping station. And this is my like paperwork desk. So I can just like zip on over there with this chair and get things done. I still have like a bunch of crap sitting out, but it's at least a little better now where I can pack orders over there, do creative stuff over here. You know, it works out, and admin stuff and whatever, it works out well. So that was nice because everything was in a pile on the floor, and like packing stuff and doing anything was like so difficult. So I'm glad to have that set up. But on like Saturday or Sunday or something, oh, it's finally done printing. On like Saturday or Sunday or something like that, I got sick. I think it was Sunday. And was just like hacking up a lung. And I was taking an emergency like twice a day, like just doing everything that I could to trying not to like move a lot, drink a lot of water, all that kind of stuff to make sure that I got better as fast as possible, because I was like, all right, I may have caught up, but like I still have a lot of shit to do. So like, body, you can't fail on me yet. And thankfully I got better decently quickly, because usually when I get sick, I'm like out of commission for like a week, that I am like on the couch, cannot move for like a week. And so thankfully this went by a lot faster. Look, they're all folded. So it's like I still wouldn't say that I'm better, that I'm healed or anything, but I'm getting there. I haven't coughed yet in this video, so I take that as a win. On Monday, what did I do on Monday? I think I just laid around most of the day, frankly, because I was just trying to get better. I know I did a lot of my work that day from the couch. I'm trying to think. But I tried to take the day to kind of just relax, and I just did a lot of work from the couch. And then on Tuesday, I went to my new employee's house to get the putty from her, and then did a couple other like things that needed to be done. And then today I'm packing orders. And then once I'm done packing all of these orders, I want to do like a full inventory of everything that I have. Putty, wax, cover minders, the whole nine, just to really make sure that I know what I have. Because there have been a few surprises that have come up since taking things over from my employee, you know, things she didn't tell me about. And so it's like I just want to make sure I know what I have, and that nothing is listed that doesn't exist and things like that, because that's just a pain in my butt. But yeah, I'm going to be shipping out a bunch of orders today. This is the stack of shipping labels that need to go out. It's going to be a good time. So what do we think? Trying to get back in the groove of things now that I'm finished folding. What do we think if I just, what's it called? If I read a Reddit story really quick. What do we think about that? Get back in the groove. Oh, there we go. My first cough. This one has like a shit ton of upvotes. It doesn't sound very exciting, but it has a ton of upvotes and awards, so I guess we'll read it. It says, am I the asshole for eating ice cream directly out of the tub? This was 19 hours ago. I eat ice cream directly out of the tub all the time. And their vote is already asshole. It's like, I don't know, if you're doing it in somebody else's house, then I guess it's a little rude. But if it's your own ice cream in your own damn house, then who cares? Anyway, this says, I'm currently staying with my in-laws. Oh, you're eating other people's ice cream out of the tub. That's where you get whatever. Before we came to visit, my mother-in-law asked me what pregnancy cravings I was having because she wanted to make sure she had them for me. I mostly crave chocolate fudge brownie ice cream, and they bought a lot of it for me. I was eating it directly out of the tub since it never lasts more than 2 days max, and nobody else was eating it as far as I was aware. My mother-in-law's goddaughter has been there for a few days now too, and she saw me eating the ice cream from the tub and told me I was being gross because somebody else could have wanted some and I should use a bowl instead of just eating it directly from the tub. I told her I was going to eat it all anyway, and she accused me of being greedy. I started crying because we kept arguing over it and she was making me feel awful. My husband saw me crying and was furious with her. My mother-in-law has been trying to smooth things over between everybody, but my husband is still angry at her and she's still angry at me because she thinks I cried on purpose to make him angry at her. Am I the asshole? Why does that have so many upvotes? I don't think it's that big of a fucking deal. Let's see what the top comment says. Top comment says, you're the asshole. I will be in the minority here. No, you're not, because everybody else said it too. I find it really confusing and insulting that pregnant women aren't expected to act like adults. Like, I think we should be readily forgiven for not being considerate when we are growing a whole human in their body, but I don't think that we can get a pass from acting like considerate adults. You are putting your germs in a tub of ice cream. It's not that hard to use a bowl and a spoon. Eat as much as you want, but give someone the option to have some if they want. You can't help the tears because your hormones are haywire, but you can just move on from this and use a bowl. It doesn't have to be a big deal. That's what I'm thinking, is that's like, I could see myself like not thinking about it and just eating out of the tub. But then if somebody goes, hey, that's really inconsiderate, you should eat out of a bowl, my first reaction would be, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And like put it in a bowl and eat it. Not because I'm like, that I'm like, oh my God, she's right, I should have used a bowl. But because it's considerate to other people in the house when they ask you to use a bowl, that you use a bowl. I don't think it's that deep. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think anybody's the asshole here except maybe the goddaughter-in-law or whatever it is for being kind of a dick about it. Because put myself in the other situation, if I was her and walked through the house and saw a pregnant woman eating ice cream out of a tub, I would have just kept walking. It would not have bothered me for 2.5 seconds. So I don't understand. Maybe this is just me and maybe I'm gross, but like, I don't understand any of this. That it's like, just fucking leave her alone and let her eat her damn ice cream. Oh, this one's a not the asshole. It says it was purchased for her, ? And she mentioned that there was more than one tub. If the goddaughter wanted some, all she needed to do was ask for some, and OP presumably would use a bowl for the next tub. If something is mine, I eat it however I want. If someone buys something for me, I eat it however I want. If it's for the household without question, I plate it. When I buy something and offer to share, I plate it. In our household, that's how it is for everyone. If it explicitly belongs to the individual, ... It really has nothing to do with her being pregnant, not the asshole. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Goddaughter could have said the same thing while being significantly less rude. That's kind of how I feel about it. It was specifically bought as a pregnancy craving for her. But I can see how, like, there are other people in the house, and so therefore you put it in a bowl to be considerate to everybody. The same way that if I have my own little cup of queso and a thing of chips, I double dip that bitch all day, every day. But if I'm sharing a platter with a bunch of other people, you don't double dip because some people consider it gross and rude and whatever. It's the same idea. So the overall vote was you're the asshole, but it seems to be split pretty 50-50 from the comments. And I think not the asshole, because I think the goddaughter could have gone about it a little bit better. I also think everybody could just fucking get over themselves. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Yeah, I don't. There are a couple comments from OP, but nothing crazy. So, yeah, that's a bizarre story. Anyway, that is it for today. I gotta, as you heard, the printer is done, so I gotta get to packing. Yeah, I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for hanging out with me during this shitstorm of a transition period. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, November 10th. It is 11 a.m. I am sitting in my office. I did officially, not officially, it all still needs work, but I got all of the crap off of the floor of my office yesterday, and I'm very excited about it. There's still all of the many array of scents that I use for the business are still in bags on the floor because I don't yet. I want to get trays to put them in somehow to organize them. And I don't have that yet. So those are still on the floor. I don't have a real trash can. I have a box that I'm using as a trash can, and I don't have anything to carry the packages yet. So I'm using another big box for those. And cover minders still don't all have a place yet, and everything doesn't still all have a place yet. But we're getting there, which is the important part. Yesterday was my first good day in since my employee quit. That I got up and I packed orders, and I was even able to pack up some ones that had been sitting to the side that the customer knew that was sitting to the side that we were waiting on something for, and a few replacement orders that my employee forgot to tell me about. And so got all that, all the extras taken care of, all of the orders taken care of, everything taken care of, out the door. And then I was oh, I'm done. I'm caught up. And it was the first moment where it was the middle of the day, and I was oh, I can take a deep breath. Oh my God. So I was I'm going to go, I guess, take a lunch break or something. So I went and ate something, and then I diamond painted for a second, which I'm going to show you. And then I was okay, I should take these to the post office. So I grabbed the packages. I'm put my purse on, ready to walk out the door. And I'm you know what? Wait a second. I keep seeing people just normal everyday people, and also just and also other businesses doing USPS pickup. I was do you think it's a thing that USPS will come to my house and pick up the packages that need to be sent out instead of me having to go to the post office? Even though the post office, my local post office, is literally 5 seconds down the road, I still can't be bothered, apparently. And so I was you know what, I keep saying this, let me just look it up real quick. And sure enough, it's a thing. They'll come pick it up. And they don't have a limit on how many packages. They have a limit on the weight, but it's 100 pounds or something ridiculous like that. And my packages are never going to weigh that much, ever. And so it's all right, that's what we're doing. So I scheduled a mail pickup for today. And because they wouldn't let me schedule it the day of. And if you wanted to pay extra for a certain time, it was $25. But if you wanted to just have them pick it up when they do their daily mail, then it's free. And so I was so you set it on your front porch and they come pick it up. And of course, if you were a business, you can set it outside at your business address or whatever. But because I run this out of my house, I just set it on my front porch. And so that's what I did. I set them out on my porch. I left a little note in the thing that said there will be a bunch of packages in a big box. Take the packages, please leave the box, because that's how I carry them all around and store them together. And I get an email that says your pickup has been complete. I open my front door, and there's the box sitting there, and all the packages are gone. And they leave me the box. And I'm I was like, that is life-changing. You're telling me that for the past over a year that I've been running this business, I've been going to the post office once or twice a week when I didn't have to. Holy shit. I was so excited. So that's what I'm doing from here on out. Like, duh. It's amazing, and I was very excited about it. So I didn't have to go to the post office, and all your packages got shipped. How freaking fun is that? I think it's so freaking fun. I am feeling better, but I'm still coughing, so I'm still trying not to, like, talk a ton. I didn't go to therapy this week because I was like, I'm literally going to hack up a lung the entire time, and that's not cool. So it's like I'm trying to keep the talking kind of to a minimal. This is like the only time I'm going to be talking today, so I'm trying to keep it to a minimum. But yeah, so today I have some cover minders that I need to glue because we got some new ones in the mail, ones that are like replenishment. And I was so sad because I've had for like a month or two, all of the Christmas scent releases, and I had Christmas cover minders sitting and waiting that I was going to release like November 1st. That was the plan. But my old employee, lost them or is holding on to them because she's mad at me or something. I have no idea, but they're not here. They're not in my possession. I've texted her. She told me they're not at her house. So it's like, I don't know where they are. They either got lost at some point or I have no fucking idea. So I had to order all new ones, Christmas cover minders, which is so annoying. So they are on their way, but I'll get them out as soon as I can. But they're on their way. So unfortunately, the cover minders that I'm gluing today are not Christmas, but I digress. And then tomorrow, so I'm doing cover minders, and then later today I'm doing candles. Y'all sold me out really well on my candles, and so I have a few new scents, and I'm gonna make some more. I'm gonna make some more today. It's gonna be a good time. So, and then tomorrow is a very exciting day because I have been waiting for these for a while now, and I now have 2 sample diamond painting kits from 2 different suppliers. And I think, we don't know for sure until I test them out, I think one of them is going to be the supplier that I'm going to go with for my diamond painting kits, Randa's Crafty Corner diamond paintings, which I'm like so exorbitantly excited about. So I have both of the sample kits. I'm going to test them out tomorrow. I have a lot of like background information on them and like possibly a bias and whatever. Like I've been diamond painting for a long time, and I think that that's a really good opinion to have, is from somebody who has a lot of really in-depth knowledge on diamond painting and quality and all that good stuff. But I also think it could be a really cool idea for someone who is less experienced in that kind of stuff, way less experienced in that kind of stuff, to give me an opinion. So my mom is going to be helping me, where I'm going to hand her the 2 kits. She's going to start doing one, I'm going to start doing one, and then we're going to switch, and we can debate together which one is best. Because she knows how to diamond paint. She knows the pen, the drill, the thing. That's it. And I know like so much more like in-depth detail about quality of the drills and the stickiness of the canvas and how square drills are supposed to line up, and she doesn't know any of that crap. So it's going to be really nice to have a second opinion on that, and also a like less biased, less experienced opinion, because like I know both of these suppliers, whatever, and I'm not going to tell her anything. I'm just going to hand them to her and we're going to do it. So that's going to be really, really fun. So that starts tomorrow. I'm so freaking excited. I already have one that it's like just from first glance. I like just from the first look over, pull them out, look at it, put it back. I have I think a preference so far, but it all could change once drills start going on the canvas. And also it's just a first look. So but it's not the one I was expecting to like better, which is interesting. So we'll see as it all plays out, but I'm very fucking excited for that because it's one step closer to having Randa's Crafty Corner diamond paintings someday. Once I pick a supplier, I'm going to try to start making some contracts with artists, because of course they'll all be legally licensed, of course. And then, what was I going to say? And then there's still a few little like details to be worked out with the manufacturer and stuff, but then hopefully I can get like my first batch out, which will be so fun. But I will also be the plan. I mean, I guess this could change, but the plan as of right now is that I'm going to be hand rendering all of the diamond paintings. The manufacturers can computer generate them. I can computer generate them, but I've always preferred hand rendering, and so that's what I'm going to do with my own diamond paintings is I will hand render them myself. We'll see, because that's a lot of work, but it's what I'm planning on, so I can start rendering some pieces. You know, it's still going to be a decent, like, work in time process. You know, it's still going to take some time, but I'm hoping it's going to be really good. I'm just excited to test them out tomorrow. I'm so freaking excited. Anyway, I'm going to show you my diamond painting because I did a section last night. This is the one that I've been working on from Treasure Studios Art. Oh my God, I'm sorry. This is the piece called Winter by Maria Abinyale. I did this section right here last night, and that's what it looks like. It's looking very nice, very good. I still like this kit. There is like a little bit of popping drills, nothing astronomical, but otherwise the quality is really good. The only thing that I'm not really loving is the rendering, because it's just so confetti heavy. And when you do like back up a little bit, it does look nice, but I still, in my opinion, I just think it looks messy. When stuff is that confetti heavy, it just looks really messy in my opinion. So it's like, but I still really like it. I'm still enjoying working on it. So, Reddit story, shall we? That's about all I have to show you. And then I need to get to work. But it just feels so good to finally feel caught up, finally be able to start working on some other things. It's like, it's going so good. Okay, let me see. Oh, this is interesting. It was posted 13 hours ago. It has 2 awards and 3.1 thousand upvotes. So not like a ton, but the title is catching me. So it's from Chew Off My Chest, and it's called My Husband Convinced Me to Get a Job at His Company, Hoping It Would Help Him Stop Cheating. What the fuck? Hoping it would help him to stop cheating. Okay. So my husband, male 36, and I, male 35, are high school sweethearts. We got pregnant in high school, dated for a few years after we had our baby, and decided we did want to get married. Through every single up and down, we were there for one another. I honestly didn't think we could have a more perfect relationship. It's something I have been so proud about most of my life. About 4 months ago, my husband asked me to get a job at his company. Before this, I had just been working part-time jobs because we really didn't need the money since we weren't financially responsible for children anymore. Yeah, you're like 35 and don't have kids in the house. That's crazy. However, we agreed the extra money would be lovely to go towards our family trip funds, something we both and our son add to as often as possible. For some reason, I can't read very well this morning. Our hope being to take a family vacation across Europe in a few months, and we are trying to make it happen sooner than later because our son is recently married. We want them to be able to still go on the trip without worrying about a new baby. Once I got the job, I thought it was such a great decision. I was making quite a bit of extra money and seeing my husband so much more. Well, a couple of weeks ago, one of his coworkers approached me and asked how I could be so cool with the ongoing situation. I had no idea what she was talking about, so I asked for more detail, and she told me my husband and one of his coworkers had been having an affair for over a year. Well, honestly, I trust my husband more than this woman I just met. I told him about it that night, and he immediately broke down. He told me he was sorry, but it was true. He said, I'm still the love of his life, but he needs some excitement outside of our relationship. He told me that he had been feeling so guilty about it. He asked me to start working there, hoping it would make him want to cheat less. But it's actually just caused him to sneak around more and find their relationship even more hot. I don't know what to do. I'm so humiliated. I feel like I should stick this out because we have been together so long, and I know it would devastate our son. I don't think I can move on from this. He didn't even apologize. He just told me that every man needs something new and exciting in a long-term relationship, and that it means nothing. Well, it certainly feels like something. Oh my God. Oh my God. Run immediately. He's not even sorry. The whole every man needs something new and exciting in a long-term relationship is garbage. Garbage. If your man feels that way, unless you're cool with the idea of an open relationship, then you need to fucking run. Because, like, unless you're cool with that, then, like, he's not committed to you. There are ways that that he could have a conversation with you and the two of you can make things more exciting. No. It sucks. They've been together. It doesn't say when they got pregnant, but it was in high school. So say they were 16. It's now been 20 years. Okay. They're 35 and 36 now. That's so long to be with somebody and to love somebody and think you had the perfect relationship and whatever. But you said yourself, I don't think I can move on from this. Therefore, you have to leave. If you don't think you can move on from it, then you have to leave. That is so sad and awful. It's just, you just gotta kind of face the music with that one. That really, really sucks. Talk to your partner. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Top comment says, getting you to work there and then continue to sneak around is so sad and sadistic. I'm so sorry. No one deserves that. And that's completely true. The whole, like, I thought it would help me cheat less is, like, so sadistic and so, heart-wrenching. Jeez. A lot of people list some really great resources, which is really nice. This one has a big red box around it that says your husband is scum and used you working there to make your humiliation hotter for him and OP and AP. Stephanie, I need my Reddit dictionary. What is AP? Is that supposed to be OP? Your husband is scum and used you working there to make your humiliation hotter for him and AP. Hello, Stephanie. Drills are a girl's best friend. My Reddit dictionary. I need some assistance with that one. I don't understand. Divorce now. Don't fudge around anything. He will he will change. Don't fudge around anything. He will change because he will only hide it more. And then you'll find out and be more hurt. And OP responds and says, you are absolutely right. It just hurts so bad. I'm just in shock. I bet you are. When you think your relationship is like dandy and then you find this out, that must be so hard. What the fuck is AP? What does that mean? Yeah, a lot of her comments are just really like, just simple and just a thank you so much and just a oh my god and whatever. This comment says, wow, he is a piece of work. I would go petty and serve him with the papers at work and say, I hope that she was worth it, even when you said she means nothing. Take the humiliation to him. Take control back. You need a lawyer and a therapist. Take your baby and start over. You can do this. Is she pregnant again? Did I miss that? Their son is out of the house. Yeah, there's talk about the son having a baby, but not about them having a baby. So it's like, you don't need to what your kid is. It's honestly a better situation, as awful as it is. It always helps me to sort of look at the bright side of bad situations, and that's why I'm saying this. Not that it makes this any fucking easier, but that it's like your kid is out of the house, and so you don't have to worry about splitting your kid between houses and custody and all of the emotional baggage that goes with that. Like your son is out of the house and married. Like the kid is probably about 20, 22 right now. So it's like, you don't have to worry about that. You just have to take care of you, which is easier than if you have kids and you have to do custody and whatever. Like, it's a mess. That doesn't mean that you stay married because of the kids. Absolutely fucking not. I am, a product of divorce. My parents divorced when I was 10, and my mom's parents stayed together. They didn't get divorced while there were kids in the house. They did the whole stay together for the kids thing. And my mom hated it. And so my mom was like, I will never just stay in it for the kids. And so they divorced when my sister and I were 10, and I, at the time, of course, it was extremely difficult, and my childhood was really rough because of the divorce. But I still, as an adult today, I still sit here and go, God, I'm so glad they got divorced. Because they were, so unhappy. And to, imagine living in the house with them when they're so unhappy is just, I'm glad they didn't put me through that. So it's no, you don't stay for the kids. But she doesn't even have to worry about that because the kid's out of the house. That's crazy. Let's see if there's any good comments from OP. Go to the top, go to the thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is interesting. Do you live in the U.S.? If yes, check if in your state you can have an at-fault divorce. It can expedite things. I'm sure it all seems daunting right now. Try to rally your friends and family around you. Don't keep quiet on his behalf, because he also didn't think it was necessary to keep quiet at work, so he doesn't seem to mind that people know he's a cheater. Remember, you've done nothing wrong. And OP responds and says, I do live in the U.S., and I had absolutely no idea about that. Thank you so much. Yeah, and the rest of it are just, thank you, it just hurts so bad, that's all. There's no updates. This is a throwaway, and this is the only post on her account. But that was good advice about the at-fault divorce. I didn't really know that was a thing either, so that's good advice. But yeah, that's it. That's really sad. That's so sad. Anyway, that is it for today. I'm not going to go see my mom until noon tomorrow, so I'll probably talk to you one last time tomorrow before I end for the week. I know it was a little shorter than usual, but it's going to be fine. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, November 11th. It is 11 a.m. I'm about to leave in like a little less than 30 minutes because, hold on, let me move that out the way, because I'm going to my mom's. I'm taking my sample diamond paintings. I'm going to my mom's, and we're going to test some diamond paintings. But while I'm talking to you today, I'm going to be cutting some release papers. I use these to sandwich the putty in between so that it doesn't stick, but it also has a little surface. Okay, so this makes 9. Hold on, I need to do math. So 9 and 9 is 8. Hold on, let me just do it this way. Where's my calculator? On my computer. 9, okay, I need like 20. So what's 20 divided by 9? Okay, that didn't work. So, or I'm just really bad at math. Okay, so 9 and 9. So that's enough to make 9. That's enough to make 9. So 9 and 9. Yeah, it's 18, so I'll do one more. Okay. Okay, wow, that was harder than it should have been. I'm really not good at math, especially in sets of 9. I think that's hard. Anyway, yesterday was a good day. I got cover minders done. Unfortunately, they're not Christmas cover minders. I'm still waiting for those, but I got, just some other ones that needed to be restocked. I got those done. And then I did candles, which was good. So I released 2 new scents in the candles. And by new scents, I mean scents that haven't been released in the candles before, but that have existed in the putty for a long time. So if you already have these scents in your putty, then you just match them together and it's a good time. So I listed those this morning. That's vanilla cupcake and soft cashmere. I released in the candles this morning. So, and they're available in Woodwick and Cotton Wick. So if you want either of those, bring my little trash box over here. If you want either of those are available on my Etsy shop. But candles take freaking forever, just in case you weren't aware. It's all the like waiting for things to heat up and cool down and heat up and cool down, and it's a pain in the butt. So I need to figure out how to do it more in bulk, but every time I've tried to do multiple candles at once, it like does not work. So I need to play around with that a little more because it takes way too freaking long. I think that's about it. It's about all that happened yesterday. Perry and I have a pretty chill weekend. I think we're planning on decorating for Christmas this weekend. At least I hope I can convince him to, because he says it's too early. I say it's not, because I think like I know the debate is usually after Thanksgiving or exactly on November 1st. I am in the camp of neither. I think November 1st is a little too early, but I think after Thanksgiving is too late. I think you put it up mid-November. That's my take on that. So it's like this weekend is like the 12th and the 13th, so it's about mid-November. I think it's the perfect timing. And Perry says end of November, which I guess means after Thanksgiving. So we'll see if I can convince him to let me do that and decorate with me. Then we're going to clean our house because it needs it. And that's about it. Maybe do something fun on Sunday. It's so interesting. So his brother, Perry's brother, just moved to Texas. And he is looking for a job. Because he literally just moved there. And he is a mechanic, but he's having a hard time finding a mechanic job down there. It's really bizarre because every place that he goes to says like, oh yeah, I would hire you, but what is it? I would hire you, but we're doing like a hiring freeze right now. I'm sorry. And it's like, what the hell? So I cut all my little squares. I need the little, where did I put that? I think it's in here. So he's like, well, you know, I'm not having much luck finding a job as a mechanic, so let me just, you know, see what I can find just to, like, get me started here. And so he's applying at this, like, finance, like, insurance place where he would be, like, an insurance agent, I think. And he apparently had his first interview and it went really well, and he put Perry as a reference. And so they called Perry yesterday morning, and they were like, should I put it in here? Probably, put it right there. And you know, so he was hyping him up and all that good stuff. And he was like, well, so he's like, if you don't mind, we actually need to do like a Zoom call, like sort of a mock situation for Jared, who's his brother. And where it's like you would sort of like pretend to be a customer and he would pretend to be the agent, and we watch you guys do that. And he was like, Perry was like, okay. And that's apparently on Saturday. And I guess he saw, I don't know, maybe he saw the ring that Perry wears or something, and they were like, oh, are you married? And he goes, well, I have a fiance. And they were like, oh, can she be there too? I was like, what? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm still coughing. And he's telling me this yesterday, and I'm like, they want me to be there? And then he was like, yeah, I guess it's good for them to practice like with a couple or something. I was like, okay. So on Saturday, we're doing a Zoom call, like mock interview with Jared, I guess. Okay. If it'll help him get a job, then I guess fuck it, you know, help a guy out. But, so that's about all we're doing this weekend. I just finished cutting release papers, so that's good to go. Let's do, I guess, a Reddit story, because I don't think I really have anything else to tell you. It's going to be a nice, chill weekend. I'm very excited about it. I'm just going to go over to my mom's today. We're going to have lunch. We're going to test some diamond paintings. It's going to be a good day. Let's do a Reddit story. Oops. My keyboard is back here, so I can't type properly. Let's do another true off my chest, huh? That was fun. Let me find it. Okay. Okay. There, trigger warning all over this. I don't know for what. Probably infant loss. Probably infant loss. This seems kind of deep, but I'm intrigued, so I hope you guys are okay to go on a deep journey with me. If you're not cool with infant loss, then it just says trigger warning. It doesn't say what for, so that's my best guess. So if that's not what you need to hear today, then just go ahead and end the video right now, because this is the last of it. But if you're down for it, this looks like a lot. It was only posted an hour ago, so it's brand new. So before this gets taken down, I want to read it. It says, trigger warning, I killed my baby and my boyfriend's family hates me. So if that's not what you're up for today, just move on. This is true off my chest. It has I can't even see an upvote quantity. It's so new. There's 6 people typing on the post right now though. It was posted an hour ago. This is so brand new. I found out I was pregnant a month ago. I've been on birth control since I was 15, same pill. I'm enrolled in school, have a job, and an apartment in a city close to home. So it doesn't say her age, but I'm gonna assume she's in college. I have a cat too. Everything was perfect. 6 weeks ago, I missed my period, waited 10 days, missed my period. This wasn't normal. I originally started the pill because of my irregular period. Did I miss a pill? I counted twice, 3 times, 4 times, no extras. I look at the open pack I had for this month and the unopened one for next month. They weren't expired. They were exactly the same, down to the print of the expiration date. I fished the trash can for last month's empty package. Same thing. I couldn't stop thinking about it. On my way to class that morning, I grabbed 3 pregnancy tests from the campus bookstore. I sat my coffee and breakfast sandwich outside the bathroom door and went in. I've never taken a pregnancy test, but I've always heard the phrase pee on a stick, so I opened all 3 and used them at the same time. I waited 3 minutes and washed my hands, grabbed the test in a paper towel. All 3 of them were positive. I cried, I dry heaved. I wanted to pass out on the bathroom floor. I called my boyfriend and he was excited as ever. I was panicking, saying we weren't ready for a baby, how I couldn't stay in school and work with a newborn, how I would lose everything. I'm not ready. I don't want children right now. He started to say how I was selfish and would just have to put my classes and whatnot on hold until the baby was old enough to go to daycare. That made me nauseous. I told him I was coming home, and he met me there. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Where was I? He held me and cried, saying how happy he was. I felt so disgusted with myself for knowing I didn't want this baby after seeing him cry like that. I wanted to try to keep the baby for him. I thought about having the baby and just leaving him with it. I thought about disappearing and never having the baby. But after a few days, I had to ask what he thought of me getting rid of the baby. He told me he would hate me. He would never speak to me again. He laid into me, going on and on about me being a baby killer, how I was selfish, evil, and immature for even thinking something like that. We got into a huge argument from there, and I made him leave. He broke my TV and my favorite vase. I cried for days, begging him to take me back. He said I would if I kept the baby. Needless to say, he didn't take me back. I spent every night after that drinking bottle after bottle of Jim Beam whiskey, apple flavor, my dad's favorite. I miscarried in the dead of night on a Thursday. Thought I had a really bad stomach bug until I saw the blood in my toilet. My neighbor took me to the hospital where my now ex's sister works. He showed up with my mom, his mom, and his dad. While she half-hugged me, his mom and dad made comments about how I probably did this on purpose, considering I didn't want the baby anyway. I just kept my mouth shut. My mom asked if they were here to support me or their son, and if they weren't here for me, they should just leave. They started arguing and eventually it got loud and security escorted everyone out, but not before my ex and his family could start shouting at the top of their lungs how I'm a baby killer and I'm going to hell and yada yada yada. I'm in so much pain, I'm so tired, I'm so angry everything had to come to this. I really loved him and now I feel like I'm losing everybody because of this. Holy shit. That's the end of it. That's the end of the story. Oh my God. I felt like I was living it while she was saying it. That's so hard. And there's so much to touch on. let's just touch on the thing that jumped out at me first and foremost is the boyfriend. His behavior was so vile. Calling her a baby killer, selfish, evil, immature, breaking her TV and her favorite vase, like threatening her, I'll only stay with you if you keep the baby. Let me just say this right now. I might lose followers because of this, and if that's the case, then that's okay. I am very pro-choice. So if girly girl over here is not ready for a baby, an abortion is a very sad, very hard, very viable option. Okay? If you disagree with me, I'm sorry. But that's so the idea to me is like this boyfriend is just like, oh my God. And here's what I understand. Let me tell you from my own from the boyfriend's point of view. Let me tell you my own personal story with this. Perry and I are both pro-choice, but we have different ideas for what we would want to do for our own life. So, and it's like one of the only things in life that we don't completely see eye to eye on. We both very much agree that abortion should be legal and that everybody should be allowed to have one. But I say if I were to get pregnant right this very second, I would probably want an abortion. And he would say, if you were to get pregnant right this second, I don't want a baby right now. But if it happens to us, I definitely don't want to get rid of it. I definitely want to, like, you get your shit together and you figure it out. And I'm like, no, no, I don't want to bring a baby into this world unless I fully feel like I am 100,000,000% ready for it. But we also both agree that we don't want children right now. So of course nobody's actively trying. And I have an IUD. And the chance of having a viable pregnancy on an IUD is so slim that we're pretty much good. He's at a place in life where I could totally see it's like, no, he makes a really good living and he whatever, and he doesn't have a lot of mental health issues. And so it's like, yeah, you just, you buckle up your bootstraps and you figure it out. Whereas I am not there mentally. I am not there financially. No. I'm still trying to like build my business from the ground up. This is like so not the time for a baby. So it's like, I can see, of course, the point similar to Perry's perspective of you want you're happy about the baby. You weren't expecting it right now, but like you want to figure it out. And that sometimes from a guy's perspective, it can feel a little bit like you don't have control over the situation because it's the woman's body and the woman gets to decide. And I can get how that can feel like you don't have control. And so it's like, I get from the boyfriend's perspective, he's excited. He doesn't want her to get an abortion, but it's her body. It's her choice. And really, it's their choice together as a couple. That if I were to get pregnant right now, Perry and I would have long conversations about what to do about it. It would not be I'm going to go get an abortion because it's my body and I don't fucking want to do this. Once you're in, at least in my opinion, once you're in a relationship like that, I think the woman gets the final say, but you try to figure it out as a couple first. That it's your guys' decision because it's both of your baby. But the woman is the one that has to carry it, so you get a little bit of a upper hand there. So I get it from that perspective, but like, this guy in the story was just like, oh my God, horrible. So it's like, it makes me just want to go, and I have no idea. Of course, everybody knows that you're not supposed to drink while you're pregnant. I have no idea if you can like drink enough alcohol to make yourself miscarry. I've never heard that before. So I can't speak to if that's true or not, if that's accurate. But it's your fucking choice. She didn't want the baby. She didn't know what to do. I don't judge you for a damn thing. I think you need to get as far away from possible from this boyfriend and his family and move on with your life. Because holy shit. It's like so sad though, you know, that it's like despite the fact that if I were to get pregnant right now, I think I would want an abortion. It would be I already know. It would single-handedly be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It would crush me. It would make me so sad. I know that the minute I get pregnant, I will be attached to that little thing that's in my stomach. It's especially when it would be like Perry and I's baby. That's like a whole other realm. And it's like, it would be devastating. So like, I can't imagine how sad this is for her. Geez. She wrote so well. Let's see what the comments say. Top comment says, I doubt the drinking aborted the baby. There are many babies born to alcoholics and addicts. My guess is that it wasn't a viable pregnancy and would have ended on its own, regardless of the alcohol. That's kind of what I was thinking. Because I don't think that that's a thing, that you can drink until you miscarry. So I think I agree that it probably wasn't a viable pregnancy to begin with. In which case, she didn't do anything fucking wrong. All she did was lose her baby by nature. You know, there's nothing she could do about that. The next comment under that says, came to say this. Lots of people drink heavily before they even realize they're pregnant and still have relatively healthy babies. Did the doctor pin down a reason for the miscarriage yet? Can they do that? ? It probably just wasn't meant to be. Either way, you don't deserve to be treated like that, OP. My heart goes out to you. That's what I say as well. This next one says, so I'm going to say it. Are you sure he did not mess with your birth control? There have been stories of people microwaving them to make them fail. With him so happy about the pregnancy and so angry about you giving up your rights and leaving it with him. And OP responds and says, that's ... scary to think about. I've only seen stuff like that in movies. I hope that wasn't true. I hope, because it's like you can still get pregnant on the pill. It's not, no birth control is 100%. So it's like, it is possible that she got pregnant on the pill with no outside intervention. It's also possible that he microwaved it. You know, like, I don't even know if that's a true thing, but it is possible that he tampered with it somehow. A lot of people poke holes in condoms. I know that that's a very... That's why I kind of like the idea of an IUD, even though I know that nobody's going to be tampering with my birth control. It's kind of nice to know that it's literally inside my uterus and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But that's it. I'm not going to dwell on this anymore. Let's see. There was the one comment. Is there any more? So she says in the comments here that she's 19 and he's 23. This comment says, oh, this is a messed up situation. Have you ever talked about children before this incident? And OP responded and said, he asked me if I would ever stop taking my birth control. I told him one day, maybe after we get married. I asked him why, and his reply was, so we can start our family. Yeah. And poor girl. That's about all that there is in the comments. So, that's it. I gotta go. It's like time to go. I gotta go get dressed. sorry to leave y'all on such a sad note, because that is really sad. But I hope you guys are enjoying. If you need a palate cleanser, go get yourself a palate cleanser. Sorry, I don't have one for you. But I hope you guys are having a really good day. And I hope you enjoyed this week, even though it was a little bit shorter than the rest. I love you all so much. And I will see you next week. Bye.